Well, I guess I'm going to try and figure this out. You got this remote control circuit breaker. This is all there's in this. That's all there is. So, okay, 12240 is what I got. Hotline 1 to L and hotline 2 to neutral. That's pretty standard. Constant green, breaker closed. Flash green, breaker open. So the breaker is this fella. 50 amp. Pretty standard breaker. It has an input for control there and a little cable with 2 wires on it, red and black. And then there's this fella here. Doesn't want to focus, of course, but there we go. Sigineer power. So it's got low battery cutoff, which sounds good. Low battery recovery, so that's when I can start charging. Frequency switch. That kind of bothers me there because no frequency in DC, so I'm wondering about that. But there might be a frequency cutoff for overcharging or something like that. And that would have to be on the AC side. AC charge cutoff, AC charge recovery, screen timeout. So, then we got this side, dip switch. So there must be dip switches. Yeah, here's some dip switches. Okay. Off and on 48. Okay, so that's standard dip switch modes for voltage. And then the relay, the blue-green, is the dry contact on inverter remote panel. Well, I don't have any dry contactors on these. I'm looking to shut these here off. So there's no control on those. I'm not quite sure how I'll do that. Orange and yellow, that's your frequencies cables. Remote control of the AC breaker, black and white. Black and white. So, nowhere on here does it have red and black, which I have to assume these two are for the voltage. And then these ones are the controllers that it talks about there. No instructions other than this thing, and it doesn't tell you very much. Remote control breaker works from 60 to 290 volts AC, 50 or 60 hertz. That's pretty easy. That works for me. But then it says it works for the Sigineer 120 or 240 inverters. I don't have one of them. Feature overload, short circuit protection, and remote. The two black and red cables allow the breaker to be opened when they are separated and closed. Okay, so that's got to be my voltage control, red and black. The two cables accept control signal from Sigineer's power DC detector. Well, that's that other box, this little guy here. Two black and red cables allow the breaker to be opened when they are separated and closed when they are in contact. The two cables accept control signal from Sigineer's detector. The breaker will cut off AC input to the inverter when battery is fully charged and accept AC input again when battery drops. two remote cables don't carry any voltage. Don't input any power or damage will occur. And that part makes me wonder what the heck they're talking about. Anyway, I'll have to go on the internet and do some more searching for more information. Thanks for watching. Okay, so I'm going to try a little test, I guess. Got an old cord here I cut apart. So here, this is the load side, and it's hard to tell on this brown wire, but the plug-in shows the short wire obviously is the load wire, and the long one in any kind of receptacle is the neutral. So I got her in the load side and I got a reading. So if I change it to the other side, there is no reading. And then if I hook up to my neutral side and go to the neutral here, I have a reading. So it's wired correctly. Again, okay, I'm in the neutral side of that switch. I'm in the neutral side of the plug, and I have the reading. So it's wired correctly for my test project. Okay, well, I set up my test circuit here. So I got an old extension cord and test light, and I'm going to plug her in and see if I can find the cord down here. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, we'll plug her in. Oop. Plugged in. She's flashing. So the green will be off. The red will be on. Oh, okay, so it works. Now, I'm almost scared to try this. Put these two together. Together should be on, so then I separate them. Yep, and she shuts off. Put them back together. And she turns on. So I got that part working right. So when I hook the 240 to it, it shouldn't be a real problem. The next part, there we go. The next part, we're trying to figure out this fella here. So I'll get some more instructions. There we go. And I think I only have to deal with relay C, because relay A and relay B are about things that don't concern me because they're not AC. So apparently, if I figure this out, down here on C, the black and white connect to the circuit breaker. So that's what I'm going to try next. Stand by. Okay, so I took my relay and I taped off all the other wires but the black and white. And the black and white go to the black and red, which goes up to my controller. And I got my power supply hooked up to the power leads there, and I got it set on 40 volts. So I'm going to flip it on and see what happens. Oh, she fired up. Okay, that's a good thing. So now I got to set this thing up. I'll get back to you. Okay, so I got to use the black and red wires for the DI wire. Yeah, that's me. So when my voltage goes down to 37.2, it shuts off. And then when my battery charger charges it back up to say 40 volts, it comes back on. I gotta love this thing. Okay, and then I use up the battery and goes down to 37 or 36 too. 37, and she shuts off. And that's what I've been trying to do. So I got it figured out. I think I got it programmed right. All I got to do now is hook it up to the 240 and it'll control those so it doesn't kill my battery. And these will still stay on, and this, so controlling the load is going to be the way to go. And I thank you very much for all your input and answers to my questions to get me sort of steered in the right direction. And I'll have to play with this for a while. So the sun come up and charge my batteries. Turns back on my grid tie controllers. Of course, I won't want them on in the daytime. They're only for at night. So at night, I use up my battery. Oh, I think I had it set a little lower than 7. I think I had it down to 37. Oh, there was. Haha. Awesome. Thank you very much.